sometimes people do 3 of them. Today, Tony decided to do also a couple of them because there was a funny conversation before the game. It turned out Wesley was discussing which move to choose, e4, d4. There are many moves, you can choose to play. And then they were thinking about a4 move, and Tony came out with e4 move, and Wesley said, but we discussed e4, so he played a4, and Tony played later a4, and then I decided to check what actually Wesley chose in the game. In the original game he played d4, so yes. Now we know, yes, okay, which move you usually...
He's trying to keep his intentions to himself.
Yes,
right?
yes. No, but it would be really funny, to play a4 in the real game, in the branches tour. Who will do it first? Maybe Magnus, yes, one day.
Well, in rap...
Now, both of these players, they have minuscule chances winning the event, but on the other hand, they are -1. And if they want to be there at the top, now is the time to start gambling and start taking some risks.
Absolutely.
So let's have a look at how things continued.
e2, that's probably one of the more modest continuations that White has at his disposal. Queen e2 by far. Bishop b3, bishop d3 have all been played. Knight c3 is considered a poor choice. a3, a4, but bishop e2. Okay, the idea could be that I'm waiting for you to play b5 so I can play a4. And if you play b4, then I can win an outpost for my knight, c4 square. So for that reason, perhaps Nodirbek played knight to d7, knight to c3, and only now b5. Okay, Wesley had an idea in mind. d5, takes, bishop here. Now, this is all theory until...
It's still
including e4, by the way. So this is a gambit, gosh, I have it in mind. Geller and others have played e3, e4 here, but I don't know the latest and greatest.
Yeah, well, there's a threat of bishop coming out to g5.
Yes,
so the
developing
18 moves in my database, which is to go h6, bishop e7, bishop d6.
So h6?
No one is grabbing that pawn on e4, unsurprisingly.
Not with our king still stuck in the center. I mean, it would take a very, very brave person to grab that pawn. And I am not that brave. You mentioned bishop e7.
Yeah.
That looks perfectly logical. You mentioned h6.
h6 by far the main move.
Okay, and how does the line continue, Jovi? And I think we just saw h6, by the way, has been played.
Interestingly enough, so White's responses, again, there's only 10 games, so this is not the biggest sample pool there is, but rook a2, it has been tried.
Rook
Queen
a2.
c2 has also been played, and White has also tried bishop c4.
Bishop c4, that has a certain logic that I like. Bishop c4, rook e1.
how not only it's hard to run away, but it also at some point in f2, queen h4. There's queen h4 and you can take the rook.
Take the rook because
you're no longer checkmated. The queen.
Yes, is no longer looking at b8. Oh. So
also has to be. White has to be careful with the queen on e3. Strangely.
So you're telling me queen c6 check is a draw, but queen f4 check is a draw as well. He's gone queen c6 check, by the way. It's much more natural to play this queen to 6. Also, I had rook to e3, didn't I? Is it
queen f4? Yeah, that was, but then again, it was a perpetual.
Crazy.
Queen c4.
Okay, but queen
whatever
check on c6, king to d2, and in that flurry of moves, it's amazing. Wesley was down to under a minute.
Yeah, but he gained it. He improved it to 3 minutes and 15 seconds because he was able just to flick in a few checks.
Massive improvement, in fact.
So queen d6 is a straight up perpetual because he can't go to the e file, right?
Right.
And
That's
if you go to c3,
natural.
then it's queen d3, c4 again, a checkmate. So queen d6, you force white to go back to c1, and then you go queen c6. So it is just a perpetual.
Oh no, but
what's going on?
What is going on? Queen d6 was the easiest draw because you had to go back to c1. There was just no choice.
Yes, but the mind always looks forward. You don't look necessarily sideways. And Wesley's king is now taking a wander.
I have a feeling Nodirbek kind of has a very strange logic of sort of playing for the win. Because, I mean,
Playing for a win?
Yeah, of course. I think that's
course.
what he. No, did he really like? He doesn't see. You mean he doesn't see the perpetual?
Sometimes what's underneath your nose is the hardest thing to locate.
Could be.
You know, right staring you in the face. A queen e2 check, king f4. Tell me once again. It's this check on h2, and I have to pay attention to. No, well.
We are going to keep this game in the bottom of our screen, but for the time being, we are going to go to Bucharest.
But this seemed dubious to me because he allows this. And now,
Do you think he just missed this?
Yeah, we spoke after the game and he said that he missed rook e5. After which, I mean, I see the value still zeros, and yeah, I was expecting this, but suddenly he's down a pawn, so he's the one who should find the draw. And yeah, then I thought I got very optimistic after I consolidated fully. And this moment I was very optimistic. I was even thinking like, maybe I'll just win this game.